and welcome to today's Stash It video for the Crafty Maven Getaway channel with me, Helen. I decided to jump into my stash and use up a category or a type of thing, in particular thickers or letter stickers. I organise them in these big tubs, and I have a number of them. Some of them have been there for a long time. Lost their stick, but I don't want to throw them away. So I thought I'm going to create some kind of layout where the thickers are the basis of the layout. And I want to incorporate this photo. When I went on my adventure to England, at the end of the first week of teaching, I decided to stop in at a local harvester restaurant and have dinner. And this was my dinner. Baked camembert cheese with all these veggies. So I want to remember that and create a layout with thickers, and I don't know what else yet. I'll see what I can find. In my head, I'm going to be putting a lot of yum, 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 yum with different thickers down the side here. We'll see how it goes. Often what I think at the start is not what I end up with. Let's find out. After going through that plastic tub of thickers, I found a few packs in a variety of sizes. So I've started with these larger ones, and with the word yum, just placed it randomly on that left hand side of the page, and then I started building. And as I was going, I realised if I placed the thickers in the right spot, I could have yum going across and also going down. So that was my plan. With a bit of fiddling and moving things around and adding a few letters in, I eventually got them placed so that I had this big block on the left hand side of the page that said yum, 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 yum. I think I even included a yummy in there as well at some point. Now, because some of these stickers are a little bit on the old side, their stick had deteriorated. Or as you'll find with these ones here, these pinky ones, it had separated from the actual card of the thickers. So off camera, I did actually spend a lot of time gluing down all these letters, because as you can see here, the stick came off. So after they're all stuck down, I then found these wooden thickers. And I realised it wasn't wide enough to say yum, yum, and this is where yummy comes in. So with a bit of rearranging to make sure it all fits, I've got them stuck down. And one last really old alphabet that also had to be stuck down as well. So, in case you didn't get the whole message of this layout, I did enjoy this meal. Now, couldn't leave them like that because they all didn't tie together the colours. So a quick coat of gesso over the page is now giving it a bit of strength for me to come in with some watercolour and actually mix it up a little bit. And to be honest, I had to do a couple of coats of gesso because of the colours of those stickers. You can see I've pulled out two of my Ken Oliver, what are they, colour bursts I think from memory, a yellow and an orange, a bit of wild spraying, fluffing around and then squirting with water. I don't like how sometimes they will splatter. Some people can seem to make that splatter or that colour everywhere else work, but to me it just looked messy and horrible, so had to wipe some of it off. But got in close with a water bottle and a bit more application of the colour till I was happy with the effect. If you've never played with any of these powdered colours, the Ken Olivers like I've got here, or Brushos are another one, they're fun to play with. They become watercolour, but just that being able to squirt the colour on where you want it and then activate it allows you to get that colour placed just so. When I was happy with it, I did have to let it dry, and then I went through my stash looking for a lot of patterned paper, mainly looking for things that went with yellow and orange, because I decided that that's the colours out of the photo I was going to look for. And as you can see, I've accumulated a pile of papers here, but I decided that what I just needed was some strips of yellow and orange for the top and bottom of the page to tie it together. For a change, I haven't put a mat all the way around. See, sometimes it's good to just mix things up a little bit. As you can see here, I've placed it just a smidgen off the bottom of the page, and that's just allowing me a bit of space for the orange strips, which were quite narrow, and allowing enough of the yellow to show as well. So I did that top and bottom using my double-sided tape method. Just find that way I don't have to worry if I don't get it exactly square when I'm placing it down. I've tried it before with my ATG gun, and then I always get it in the wrong spot, or it's crooked or something, whereas with this double-sided tape method it does allow me to move it around if I need to. So now I've got the backbone of the layout organised. The thickers on the side, top and bottom. It's time to mat the photo. I decided to pull in this green colour because it's green in the photo, and plus I just want a bit more than orange and yellow on the page. I also like a lot of these florals that I've got from, I think, past Simple Stories layouts, collections I should say, and in that one in particular it's got the colours, the yellow and the orange and that bit of green, so it ties it all together nicely. I just couldn't quite decide what I was going to do with it. So a bit of ripping, matches the border, ties that in as well, and then I've pulled in this one. Just a very fine borders needed of this one, because it's quite intense, that pattern, or the colour's not right. But I did pull out an old punch, a tab one that I've had for years and years, because I just wanted something at the top and the bottom of those borders to tie the layout in or together. And by placing it at the top left hand corner, it brings your eye in through the page and out the bottom at the right hand side. Went through my little word stickers from Tim Holtz, found some that worked. Went through my stash of embellishments, these little puffy stickers I've had for ages, and the little bits of food on it, although might not exactly be the food in the photo because it is food, it worked really well. And then I was really happy because I found this tag in my stash about Friday night fun, and I just liked that play of the blue with the colours of the layout. I decided I didn't like that little extra bit of that tag at the top. I don't know why, it just didn't really work as far as I was concerned. And now I'm just building up the embellishments. These stickers, star stickers, are so old. I still love using them, and I'd forgotten I had them, found them, and I just thought they were this little bit that was needed to build in some embellishment cluster areas. Plus, another chance to say yum. I'm just going through a stack of old stickers. You can see the sheets there on the side of the camera. Some of them are so old that they're not sticking. Plus, because the background is gessoed, sometimes things find it a bit harder to stick to as well. So a bit of extra glue is needed. And I'm just building. I'm building little clusters with yellow and orange and that touch of blue. And that's it really. Bit of journaling to say that this was that first meal out after I'd started work in England, and that about wraps up the layout. All things that are old from my stash. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care. See you later.